Hello, friendos and randos. It has been a while. How have you guys been? Today, let me just quickly adjust my microphone. Okay. Well, okay, let's start over. Hello, friendos and randos. Welcome back. We are today looking into reviewing the FB02 Blazing Aura set for Dragon Ball Fusion World. I know I haven't made any Dragon Ball content on my channel yet, but I have been playing. If you've been following me on Twitter, you've probably seen I did win a standard battle in Japan when I was there over the last month. And recently in Singapore, there hasn't been much news about Dragon Ball because of the delay of the Ultimate Battle promos. So there aren't any like Zero Gokus to fight over at the moment. So I've kind of just been chilling, doing like side quests, practicing Grand Archive as well as One Piece. But I'm excited for the new set to come and for the next month of Dragon Ball as well as One Piece, and all of the Japanese tournaments are going to start ramping back up into their competitive seasons again. So really looking forward to compete for those. So of course, that being said, let's head right into the set review, look at the different cards that are released, of course, and then we'll just talk through some like meta calls and power levels that we kind of expect. Okay, so I guess there is 163 cards, which is a lot. I think especially with like comparing to One Piece, which has 100 and like maybe 12 cards per set, and that's across 6 colors, whereas Dragon Ball only has 4 colors. So there's actually a lot of cards for each color to go through. So we'll try to do this like quickly. We'll just quickly rate like how I feel like the card fares in terms of power level, as well as whether or not I think it will be a meta card or not. So first off, we have the new Son Goku leader. He is the first leader that we have so far, which awakens when your life is at 3 or less instead of at 4 or less, which is quite a significant debuff, I think. But his leader effect is pretty powerful. So activate main once per turn, pay 1 energy, and discard 1 card from your hand to play up to 1 battle card with 20,000 power or less and tournament of power in its special traits from your hand. So you can basically pay both a discard as well as 1 extra card from your hand in order to cheat out any unit with 20k power or less from your hand. So this can be really strong. I think I've seen the rest of the set as well. There are some cards which make this actually quite a busted leader effect, but awakening at 3 makes it such that you get this quite late, so that you can't really snowball that easily. But we'll quickly go through all of the different like cards that actually apply with this as well. It is a draw leader when attacking on both the pre-awaken and the awaken, so you will get that hand size easily by drawing more cards. But it is a bit costly, I would say, because it is a 2 card difference every time by, for one, discarding 1 card as well as playing 1 card out from your hand. So let's quickly look at the tournament of power cards that are available in the set. Okay, it's lagging a little bit. But yeah, first off we have Anilaza. He is a tournament of power vanilla, so 4 cost, 30,000 power, nothing too special here. We will probably just move on. Does have the standard 10k 4 cost for 30k stat line, as well as the tournament of power tag. So 30k stat line means it's not playable off of the leader effect. Okay, next is Kakunsa, which is playable off the leader effect. It does have that 20k stat line. Then activate main once per turn, switch this card to active, and then this card gets minus 5k power for the turn. So it can attack twice. The problem in Dragon Ball is that when you restand a character, it doesn't keep power. So sorry, when you reset a character, it doesn't keep power like in One Piece when you're attached onto it. So I'm not sure how strong this will actually be. I feel like it is quite costly to attack with it and then restand it, and then you still need to attach combo into the 15k swing in order for it to be useful again. I guess alternatively you can use it for the 20k swing and then restand it and use it as 10k combo, which is okay, but it's I would say not necessarily that strong yet. Okay. Next is Ketopesla. I didn't watch Dragon Ball, so I don't know like if I'm pronouncing these names correctly or not. But anyway, so on play when attacking and when KO'd. So 3 instances where this effect triggers. Choose out to one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 5,000 for the turn. So on play and when attacking, you can of course do that in the same turn because this is Dragon Ball. So on the turn it's played down, it can give up to -10, which is pretty strong for a 3 cost. 20k stat line, so it is playable off of the leader effect as well. But it seems like if all of the tournament of power cards are going to be 20k, it might be a little like low on the stat line, like for cost value when compared to other cards. So you might just have to really, I guess, force a lot of white characters. So you will play a lot of characters down, kind of like Ginyu, maybe. So far, not loving all of the tournament of power cards. Okay, next is Ganos, also 20k. Interestingly, this one has plus 25k when it's in battle with battle card, so it's up to a 45k attacker, which is really strong. This also includes like when your opponent's battle cards attack into it, so that's like really powerful, I think, or like defensively or offensively. Of course, if like against Broly, for example, the leader is going to swing into it for 30, so it's still 15k to guard, but I think it's helpful that it's like that big of a stat line. The main downside is the 0 counter, which makes it a bit hard to justify putting in the deck, but based on what I've seen of the card pool, it seems like just every tournament of power card just goes straight into the deck, just so you can consistently get that value out of the hero power. Okay, next we have a 3 cost vanilla, nothing too special, and then we have a 2 cost 20k, crit and on play add life to hand, which is not bad. Add life to hand is going to be important, especially as a awaken at 3 life kind of leader, and 2 cost 20k is just a very standard stat line, plus 5k combo too, so pretty decent, and will be a very crucial card to add. Make sure you can awaken yourself too. Okay, Quite La, Kuitela, whatever. Quite La is like a very Singaporean name. Okay, on play, choose out to one of your opponent's spell cards with 15k power or less and KO it. So this is pretty good. This is not Tournament of Power, this is a God of Destruction and Universe 4 card. Seems like it would be a decent pick for Beerus, because this kills 25k power with the Beerus leader effect. But 2 cost 20k, 5k guard, this is the like the Krillin slot in Beerus decks right now, and it also competes with hit. So I'm not sure if there's a spot for this, but definitely consider it. It's like a weaker 3 cost Goku, basically. Okay. Next is, I believe it's a 2 cost vanilla. Yep, okay. 2 cost 20k vanilla is probably like a pretty nice spot for the new Goku, but I don't think you will want to play a vanilla with the effect if possible, because it seems like it's not value to pay 1 to and a hand card to play down a 2 cost. Okay, 3 cost 20k blocker. On opponent's turn becomes a 25k. It's okay, but I think blockers in this game are pretty weak, so don't really care for it. Okay, next is Kale. Permanent, and during your opponent's turn this gets minus 20k, so it's a 3 cost 15k, which is really weak. Defensively, like it's really hard to protect it. I mean, yes, it's 3 cost 35k, which is overstatted by about 10k, so it's very one hit wonder kind of vibes, I guess. So you would hit with it once, and then when your opponent tries to trade into it, you'll probably let it go, which I don't really like. But I guess you can call it down for 1 with your leader effect, which is, I guess, oh no, you can't call it with your leader effect because its base power is high. Yeah, I would have preferred if this was like permanent, your turn this card gets plus 20k power and it was a 15k base or something like that. But I guess this also works. It's just not the best, I think. Yeah, you can't even call it down with the leader effect, so actually that's really poor, I think. Okay, next is Kefla. On play, if your leader is awakened, draw 1 card. So hard draw 1 card is pretty good, especially as a 3 cost. I think 3 cost 10k draw 1 card, just overall pretty strong. 20k, 10k combo. So overall very strong. Slightly weaker than a vanilla, 5k power less than a vanilla, but it does meet the power threshold for the Goku leader, so that's nice. And then just draw 1 card is pretty good. Okay, next we have. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down. Okay, the next card is another Kefla. 4 cost 20k, and if your leader is awakened, this card gains plus 5k power, so it becomes a 25k power character. And then on play, draw 1 card, and then play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less and tournament of power in its special traits from your hand. So this is going to be a pretty strong card. for one, it's playable off of your leader, so you can pay 1 to play this card. You discard 1, but then this card lets you draw 1 more card. If this card chooses to play a cost 3 Kevlar off of its effect, then you also get an additional card. So it's pretty good at replacing your hand, I think. It saves you a lot of hand cards in general, and it's also a 10k combo, so that's all pretty good stats in general. So I quite like that. The fact that it's 4 cost 20k but gets the plus 5k, like I was saying earlier, the other card should have this similar effect as well, in order to be able to get that leader effect cheated out. But I think this is an okay card. It will definitely be used in the new Goku. I'm not sure about any other red leaders that will want to use this, because 4 cost 25k is actually a pretty weak stat line, even if it allows you to draw 1 card and play an additional card on top of it. I think because the additional card is locked to Tournament of Power and the rest of the cards don't seem that good outside of the new Goku, I don't think anyone other than the Goku is playing this card. Okay, and then we have the alternate art, which I will skip over very quickly. I'm not a big fan of like Dragon Ball Fusion World alternate arts. Some of them are it's like very hit or miss. Okay, next we have Sidra. On play, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 5,000 power or less and KO it. It's 0 counter, which is really poor. I think probably won't really see any play. Even if you can hit like a 15k with Beerus leader effect, it's probably not worth it. Just in general, the stat line is not enough to kind of justify that, in my opinion. Okay, next. We have the new Android 17, which I think is really strong. So your leader is Universe 7 in its special traits gets plus 5,000 power. So if I'm not wrong, the new Goku is Universe 7, and also the Beerus from set 1 should also be Universe 7. And of course the Universe 7 Goku and the starter deck Goku are also what's the word? They are also Universe 7 cards. So that's why you should be able to use this in almost every red leader right now. If I'm not wrong. Let me just quickly confirm that. Yeah, Beerus is also Universe 7. So this is really, really powerful, I think, as a red card. It will fit in almost any red deck basically. And then not only that, is if your leader is awakened, this card can't be KO'd by the skills of your opponent's battle cards. So this protects it from things like the Android 17 and 18 that green has. It also protects it from things like, I guess, overall KO, Big Bang Impact, what other things? It doesn't protect from bottom deck, so it is weak to blue, but I think in general this is just a very strong card as well. The fact that it's only 3 costs, it gives your leader 5k permanently on both turns, so it makes you effectively as strong as a Brody leader, because then you always need to combo into their leader to attack it. And in order to clear the Android 17, you also need to hit into a 25k body, so it's not like it's easy either way. I think this is a really, really strong character for sure, and will definitely be a staple in red cards moving forward. Probably like one of the strongest red cards they've printed so far. And then of course there's his alternate art, which I don't love, but we'll move on. Next is an Android 18, permanent opponent's turn. This card gets plus 5,000 power, so defensively gets plus 5. Tournament of Power card, so playable off of the Goku leader. But again, it's 2 costs, probably not worth to pay that for this kind of character. Okay, we have a 3 cost 25k Goku, Tournament of Power as well, critical. Not fantastic. I think the super rare from the previous set, which KOs 20k, is probably much stronger. So I don't think this will see play, even in the Tournament Goku, because it's 25k, you can't play it off leader. Okay, Son Gohan Adolescence. Permanent your turn, if your leader is awakened, this card gains plus 5k, so that puts it back at like 3 cost vanilla stat line. And then when attacking, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and also choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 15 for the turn. So this is kind of like hit on steroids. So the 2 cost hit is basically the smaller version of this. This gives you minus 15 on a character, and if you're playing Beerus, for example, playing this after the hit, you are able to go minus 20, and if your leader is awakened, you can do up to minus 30 on a character. So that's really, really powerful, I feel. Of course, this also is a self-awakener, so you're able to take your own life and add it to your hand, which makes it even better as well to help you quickly get to your awakened state. Okay. Next, We have the alternate art for the card, which is pretty nice, but again, I don't really love the Fusion World outs that much. Okay, next we have Tianxin Han. This is a really funny card. On play, play up to 3 Tianxin Han cards with 15,000 powers or less from your hand. So you just flood the board with 3 1-cost vanillas, which is pretty funny. I'm not sure if that's going to be the angle for this deck. Just aggro and push forward, but you can put this in the U7 Goku from set 1, and then you suddenly have 25k attacker and 3 20k attackers to hit face with, which is a lot of rush. Yes, you go down 3 hand cards, and yes, you go down 4 hand cards, and you go down 35k combo, but you are forcing a lot of combo out of your opponent, so that's pretty fun. Okay, next is Basil from the Trio de Dangerous. Look at top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 non-Basil card with a cost of 4 or less and tournament of power in its special traits, and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order. So it's just a searcher, but it is a searcher with combo and a body, which is nice. So you can just play it out and then after that use it for 5k combo. Similar to, I guess, the Universe 7 searcher, it is a character instead of an event. So not similar, different to the Universe 7 searcher and Universe 6 searcher. And you can also use it to combo out, which is nice. And it looks top 5, not top 3 like some of the other searchers as well. Okay, next is Paparoni. Activate main once per turn, 1 cost, pay 3 energy to look at 7 cards from the top of your deck and pay up to 1 Anilaza with 30,000 power or less. And place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order. So it searches specifically for the 4-cost vanilla, which is Anilaza. I don't think that's worth it, but it is 1-cost 10k guard, so maybe if you just need to increase the number of 10k guard you have in your deck, but I don't think this is that good of a card. Next is Piccolo, 1 cost 5k, 5k, draw 1 card, so just a regular cantrip. It also has the Universe 7 and Tournament of Power stats, so it's just straight up better than Master Roshi because of the additional, like, whatchamacallit, additional traits. Okay, next is Frieza. Your leader is awakened. This card gives plus 5,000 power, so it's a 1 cost 20k attacker, which is pretty strong. In the U7 Goku, this is a 1 cost 25k attacker, which is pretty crazy. Overall, would be a pretty good buff to U7 Goku, I think. I guess in the Tenshin Han slot, or to add on to the amount of 1 cost units you have. But yeah, this is basically the current stat line. Okay, next we have okay, it's lagging a bit. Let's okay. This is pretty annoying. Oh well. Okay. The next is a Vegeta. I'm sure you can't see it super clearly, but we'll try to like zoom in on it. Actually, that's pretty clear. Okay. On play, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with 5,000 power or less and KO them. It's not great. I think it's decent against like maybe yellow or green, like Broly, where they have a lot of like searchers, but it's, I think, pretty weak just to KO all your opponent's searchers. I don't feel like it's as good as like the Goku where you KO 120k unit, because that's much better in terms of tempo and even attack power. The one good thing is that this card has, of course, the 20k stat line, so it's usable off the Goku leader, and then the 10k combo as well. Okay, I'm going to need to adjust the framing for this. Okay, that should work. Okay, let's look at Bergamo. Permanently your turn, all your battle cards with Trio the Dangers in their special traits get plus 5k power. So this includes itself, which makes it a 2 cost 20k on your turn only. And it also includes the Searcher from previously, which is it's okay, I guess. Your Searcher is now a 10k. You still need like 10k combo in order to make it a valid attacker. Okay, next is Hellas. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 30k power or more, and it gets minus 20k power for the turn. I don't love it. It's very specific. It hits 30k units because you hit hit it for minus 20k with the Hellas, and then Beerus leader effect gives it another minus 10, effectively knocking it out. But I would probably not slot this in over any of the current top end like Goku or 4 cost Goku or 5 cost Goku. So it's debatable whether this card will see any play, I think. The one good thing, of course, is it does have that 10k guard. So we do love to see that instead of bricks in hand. Next we have Murichim, 1 cost Vanilla, and then we have Lavender, another trio the dangers, 2 cost 15k. When attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 5k power for the turn for each card with trio the dangers and its special traits in your battle area. So it includes itself. If you have one more, it's minus 10. If you have 3, then it's minus 15. It's alright, but not the best card. I think just one of the filler cards in the set as well. Okay, next we have Ramshi. I quite like this card. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 30k power or less and KO it. So it's like the 3 cost Goku but bigger basically. 30k power hits quite a lot of units, and especially with your Beerus leader effect, it hits up to 40k power. So that's like Android 17 and 18. Most 5 cost double strike units. I think Golden Frieza, 4 cost Fat Frieza, any like key unit basically gets KO'd by this guy and Beerus leader effect, which is really strong. And of course on curve he's very strong because it KOs most 4 cost units as well, like Cooler, I guess the 5 cost Goku in green is also KO'd, Goku Black is KO'able with leader effect. So yeah, in general very strong unit. Okay, then we have the Tournament of Power super combo. We also have the double strike, 4 cost 20k Ribrianne. Oh, these two are the same character. What the okay. They do not look the same at all. Alright, and then now we have Rosie. When attacking, this card gets plus 5000 power for the turn for each of your opponent's battle cards. So the stronger your opponent is, the stronger this character is as well. I don't love this kind of card, but I guess it's nice flavor, I guess. Okay, next we have Saved by a Barrier. Activate battle opponent's turn. Choose your leader or one of your opponent's battle cards. Sorry, one of your battle cards, and it gets plus 20k battle power for the battle. And if it's a battle card, it can't be KO'd in battle for the turn. So that's pretty good. It's like Union Armado in One Piece. Prevents the card from being KO'd. It's also 20k is a super combo equivalent for 1 energy, which is really good. Next we have Clash of the Strongest. Choose all of your battle cards with Tournament of Power in the special traits and they get plus 10k for the turn. So this is pretty good as well, especially since the Goku deck seems like it's going to be aiming to, for one, play a lot of like weaker units that are like 20k power or so only, and then after that buff them up using this event. And probably you would want to use this only if you have, I guess, maybe 3 or 4 attackers. And one key thing is that this is for the turn, so it does support the character that like is able to restand, the one that we saw right at the start, because it, like, even if you minus 5k, it still is a 30k and then a 25k attack for that one card for that one card only, which is pretty good. Okay, lastly is Glimpse of a Hidden Arrogance, which is certainly a name. Choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards and it gets plus 25k power for the battle. And if you have a battle card with 30k power or more, add up to one battle card with a cost of 4 or less from your drop to your hand. So this is pretty good. I like that it, for one, gives you up to plus 25k for only 2 energy. 25k is of course a lot of power in general. It's a super combo plus a 10k in terms of straight up combo counter requirement, and it also lets you add up to a battle card with 4 or less, so you can add like a 10k combo card from your trash to your hand. So effectively this card is up to as much as like 35k combo with 25k as well as a 10k combo from hand. So pretty good. Okay, that's basically it for the red cards. Overall, my rating is that it doesn't seem too strong. I don't love the new Tournament of Power cards. I think I see the vision with some of the combos, like the event card. Oops, scroll too far down. Like the Clash of the Strongest event card with the character that restands, and if you also play the Tenshin Han into like multiple Tenshin Hans, I guess you can poke for a lot. Although the one cost Tenshin Hans I think don't have the Tournament of Power trait, which would make it a bit hard to kind of I guess guarantee that lethal. But it's still okay, I guess. But some of these traits are pretty good. I think the main buffs are this new Frieza and also the new 3-cost Gohan are both really good cards, especially if you're playing like specifically you want a searchable version of hit. Then this is searchable off the Universe 7 event. It's also searchable off of the Bezel Searcher, I assume. Not I assume, I guess. But I don't love the Terminal of Power support so far. I think as a Beerus main, I'm excited for maybe like 2 cards. One is Ramshi and 2 is the Sun Gohan Adolescence card that we get here. And everything else is basically forgettable or not that important. Yeah, that's my overall rating. Red probably still not going to be like top tier best deck in format or anything, but should be a solid like B tier kind of deck, or like A tier maybe if you ignore the S tier. Okay, next we're gonna talk about Zamasu. So this is the new fucking NL leader for Dragon Ball. So Zamasu's effect is when your life is at 3 or less, awaken and then draw 1 card and then flip this card over. Activate main once per turn, discard 1 card from your hand, and if your life is at 2 or less, add the top card of your deck to your life. So basically you're healing for at the cost of 1 energy as well as 1 hand card, which is okay because blue cards generally want you to be at 7 cards or less in hand anyway. And also when you're discarding that 1 card and putting the top of your deck onto your life, you are getting that card back later anyway. So essentially it's free, kind of, it's a free heal of sorts. The issue of course is that this leader does not have when attacking draw 1 card, which is pretty weak. But I think it's only fair because of the fact that you are getting that free life every turn, and you can really prevent lethal for probably very long, even against double strike, because if your life is at 2 or less, not 1 or less, there's no way to really starve you out of it. Not only that, it's also 25k base power, which is really strong. I think it does a lot of damage to things like decks that only play 15 or 20k units, like maybe the U7 Goku as well. It might struggle to hit into this, just like with Brody. Okay, next is Kibito. We have when KO, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck and then reveal up to 1 extra and add it to your hand. So it's an event searcher for blue. I don't think it's that important, but we'll see if it does see any play in the end. So we're going to just look at it from this view again, because I think that was actually pretty convenient. Okay, we have a Great Saiyaman. He is 3-cost vanilla. Then we have a new Goku Black. There's quite a few new Goku Black cards. So first is the 3-cost one, 20k. When attacking, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and play up to 1 Zamasu with a cost of 1. So playing it directly off the top of your deck is pretty good. Of course, it does have to be only a 1 cost, but in the Goku Black deck, your deck should be a lot of Zamasus anyway, just to enable your leader effect. So that is pretty good. I think there's also a card that lets you arrange the top few cards of your deck, so this should probably synergize with that. The next Goku Black is 4 cost 30k, and when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and place it at the bottom of his owner's deck. So this is pretty good also. It's good removal, especially when you combine it with the other card later in the set, which does reduce cost of your opponent's board overall, and putting this down on curve is going to be very powerful. Okay, next is Gotenks. Return this card to your hand, and then if your leader is Vegeta, play up to 1 Gotenks with a cost of 4 from your hand rested. Being able to cheat out a card is pretty nice, but it is a bit specific because it has to be just the Gotenks and it has to be the 4-cost one specifically. I need to go and revise on what exactly the 4-cost Gotenks does really quickly. I believe it's a starter deck card. I don't remember seeing it very often. Or is it the one that takes cards from trash? 4-cost Gotenks. It might be the starter deck card. Because it's not 4 cost or less, it's 4 cost exactly too, so. 4 cost. Yes, okay. Yeah, the 4 cost Gotenks is the one that add up to 1 Sun Goten and 1 Trunks Youth, both with a cost of 2 or less from your drop to your hand. Yeah, so that's okay, I guess. Like, being able to cheat out that card is pretty nice, especially because it's activate main, so you can use it after you've already attacked. It does let the Gotenks come down in rest mode, but you do get it out a turn earlier. So, you know, trade-offs, things here, things there. Okay, next is the Zamasu. if you have a Goku Black battle card, this Zamasu can't be KO'd. Not much point because you're not going to be leaving the Master Zamasu on board anyway. But on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and review up to 1 Goku Black and add it to your hand. So an additional Goku Black searcher for Goku Black, pretty good. 2 cost Zamasu, 2 cost 20k, pretty good stat line. Permanent can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skills, pretty good. In general, prevents bottom decking also, as well as remove bounce to hand, as well as KO in general. But it isn't immune to minus power like Beerus effects, so that's one thing to note. When attacking, discard 1 card from your hand and then draw 1 card. So cycling cards is good as well, we love to see it. Okay, next we have Zamasu again. This is just the alternate art, and we have the Zamasu Fused. So this is the new line of Zamasu cards we get in this set. So there's a couple of them. First off, when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1. So that's, I guess, how you're going to be able to maintain hand size with the new Zamasu leader. And then when KO, play this card from your drop in rest mode, and you can't play Zamasu Feud for the turn. So this is like 4 cost Mako in One Piece. You're able to bring it back from your trash, except this is for free once per turn when KO'd. Again, I think when KO'd means that it doesn't apply off of things like Beerus minus power. So red is probably going to be a decent removal like counter to blue in the next set, especially if you're playing cards like this Zamasu and this Zamasu, the 2 and the 4 cost Zamasu. And the alternate art for this card looks pretty sick. I quite like the design. Okay, next we have the 5 cost Zamasu. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, play up to 1 Zamasu Fused with a cost of 6 from your hand. So this is the when KO'd 5 cost Zamasu Fused. These are Zamasu Fused is annoying because you can't say just Zamasu because there's like other you get what I'm saying. Okay. So the next is the 6 cost Zamasu Fused, which has a really whack art, by the way. Like what is this floating head as? I don't understand. But yeah, 6 cost 40k crit, which is really insane. And then automatically, when your opponent plays a battle card, and if your life is at 1, choose all of your opponent's battle cards and return them to their owner's hand. So that's crazy. Like it forces your opponent to like always play a 1 cost unit before they play the rest of their board. So they have to waste like energy on that, or else they just lose their entire board, which is pretty bad. The good thing of course is that it's once per turn, and it also means that if you have board like existing, you can swing with them first before getting them bounced, which is not bad as well. But it could be easy enough to play around this and then just pray for a double strike hit with your characters as well. Okay, next is Shin. On play, such as a Potara card. So I believe that's all of the fused Zamasu cards. So 1, 2, 3, and I think that's it. Cause that's the only Potara cards I remember seeing when I was searching, looking through the card list earlier. So 12 targets is less than ideal, I think, for a searcher. I would probably not want to run this in my deck. Okay, next is Zuno is a blocker. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, place them at the top or bottom of your deck in any order. So like 3 cards of Flamingo lets you kind of rearrange your deck, and then after that you can use that in tandem with the new Goku Black in order to play down a 1 cost Zamasu for free. But it's not really free because you do have to play down this 2 cost blocker guy too. Okay, next is Zen 06 cost. Choose all cards in the battle areas other than this card and place them at the bottom of their owner's deck. So this is a board wipe for blue. 6 cost board wipe. Pretty strong because it's all cards, like literally everything. Like it's a full board wipe and there's no cost requirement or anything like that either, which is pretty insane to me. Okay, next we have a 1 cost vanilla. And then we have 4 cost Goku. Once per turn, activate main, discard 3 cards with Saiyan from your hand, and then switch this to active, and this card gains plus 25k power. So this is pretty good. In terms of like a finisher, for 4 costs and then I guess 3 hand cards, you can get plus 25k power. If you're discarding like 3 10ks, then it's not worth it. But if you're discarding like 5, you get actually plus 10k power. So that's pretty good. You can also discard things like events that don't have combo power, so that's another positive. Or you can discard cards like additional copies of this Son Goku with 0 combo power as well, and then turn that into combo power for your card. Okay, next we have Go 10. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and bounce it. Pretty good. Bounce the 2 cost is nice. And it also has that 10k card. So you can use it to just combo right after playing it and removing tempo from your opponent. But 1 cost 5k power is pretty easy to remove as well. Okay, we have a Chunks Future Vanilla, 2 costs 20k. And then we are looking at the last few cards before the green. First we have Videl, 1 cost, pay 1, activate main. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, play up to 1 vanilla card with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. So that's quite a good value actually. Like if you pay 2, you can play a 3 cost from hand. And if they can't remove the Videl, you can play like 3 costs or less for 1 every turn from then onwards, which is really good. You do of course go lower on hand size, but that is what blue in general wants to do, so I think it's fine. And of course it is only vanillas, but vanillas are pretty good in this game, so I think it's okay too. Okay, Beerus. When attacking, KO one of your other battle cards and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to its owner's hand. So some of these like blue cards have on KO effects, right? So this would be able to like trigger that, like the 5 cost Amasu or some other on KO cards basically. And not only that, it also bounces one of your opponent's battle cards, again regardless of cost. So again, very very big tempo swing as well. Next is Bulma. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, one of your Vegeta cards gets plus 10k. So this includes the double strike one from the starter deck as well. So that's pretty strong. Because then you can get like a big attack for sure. This also includes your leader. I don't think there's a way to play this down on your opponent's turn, which makes it still okay. But giving a plus 10k to a like a double strike and then after that being able to combo this off of board for another 10k is really really strong as well. Okay, next we have 1 cost vanilla Vegeta, and then we have 4 cost Vegeta again. On play up to 1 Bulma with a cost of 1 from your hand, so you can play down the plus 10k Bulma to give this to make this a 4 cost 40k. And then activate main once per turn if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand. This card and your leader also get plus 5k power for the turn, so puts both you and your leader at 35, I believe. I can't remember if that's correct. I believe so, but I might be wrong. Okay, next we have the Vegito. Oh sorry, we have another Vegeta. So when attacking with your leader as Trunks Future, look at the bottom card of your deck and play up to 1 blue battle card with a cost of 2 or less. So this is a interesting effect, I think, because it does let you play with the bottom of your deck, but a lot of the searches are random, like choose a card like and put it at the bottom of your deck at random. And the only exception is probably like that 2 cost blocker earlier that we saw. So I don't know if this is a good card or not. You can get a lot of tempo if you manage to play a 2 cost, but it's very like sacky, I think. Okay, next we have Vegito. When KO, choose out one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So funnily enough, this is anti-synergy with the Vegeta. If you bottom an opponent's 2 costs, and then they get to put it back at the put it back into play with the Vegeta. But that's probably a pretty niche interaction. Okay, next you have Vegito. Opponent, your turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, reduce the cost of battle cards in your opponent's battle area by 1. So this is the like 10 cost Kuzan, I guess, of Dragon Ball. Reducing cost by 1 is pretty strong, especially in blue, because a lot of the removal is cost based in blue. And then not only that, you're also able to bottom deck a 1 cost or less and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So bottoming a 2 cost on play, on curve is going to be very good tempo because you get rid of a 2 cost basically if you're able to keep your hand size correct. Okay, next we have My Future. Reduce one of your opponent's battle cards cost by 1 for the turn. So this is the Tsuru of Dragon Ball as well. 1 cost 10k counter is very strong, so we will take that. We have a Old Kai, Supreme Kai 10k super combo, so pretty good. Then we have Divine Hammer. If you have a Zamasu Fuse battle card, choose your leader or one of your battle cards and it gets plus 30k power. So 1.5 super combos for 2 energy. It's it's not the best. I think it's alright. But these 3 cards are also Potara, so they're all searchable off of the previous searcher that I mentioned. Okay, next is Blades of Judgment. Look at the top 5 cards from your deck and review a Supreme Kai card and add it to your hand. I believe all of the Zamasu cards should be able to be searchable off of this, which is pretty good. And this is activated in both main and battle, so you can also use it as like a psych. If your opponent thinks that you have like a counter event instead, you can just add like maybe a 5k to your head or something like that. Okay, next is Fusion of Evil Power. Place one Goku Black and one Zamasu card from your hand or battle area at the bottom of your deck. And then draw 2 cards and play up to 1 Zamasu fused with a cost of 4 from your hand. So you can like combine a Goku Black and a Zamasu from your hand and your battle area to play a 4 cost. But like you're wasting 3 hand cards to play a 4 cost and then you draw 2 cards. It's okay, I guess. You can set up, the Vegito. Sorry, not the Vegito. You can set up the... Oh no, you can't set up the Vegeta because it's leader locked. I guess you can set up the Vegeta if you play Trunks Future with the like Goku Black package, but I don't see why you would want to. I guess it's possible. I don't love the idea, but is an option. Okay, next we have Awakening to Super Saiyan Rose. Choose all cards with Earthling in their special traits in the battle area and return them to their owner's hands. And if you return 3 or more cards, draw 2 cards. So that's actually pretty good. Like you can attack with all of your Earthling cards, and then after that you pay 3 to return them all to hand, and then use it for one big final attack with your leader and combo all of your Earthling cards. So that's pretty good in terms of like it's like a finisher. But overall, I think it's pretty expensive. I wouldn't say it's a very good card to use. Okay, next we have Absolute Lightning. This is just red rock bottom deck any of your opponent's battle cards regardless of cost. So pretty strong. I think one of the most potent removal like extras in the game like so far. Probably going to be the most potent one like ever. Okay, lastly is Time Ring. Look at 3 cards from the top of your deck and place them at the top or bottom of your deck in any order. Then draw 1 card. So just to be clear, this is probably the same as the One Piece ruling where if you look at 3, you have to put all 3 top or all 3 bottom. So you can't like split it in half, which makes it significantly worse, I think. But it is what it is. 1 cost, draw 1 card as well as rig the top 3 cards of your deck is decent. It also lets you cycle through your deck faster to find your cards a little bit earlier. The main thing, of course, is this being an extra doesn't have any combo power, and it's only really good like if you have like that 1 extra energy left over. But I don't love it. Okay, next is Cell Leader, which is controversial, man, for sure. He is a standard attacking leader. Draw 1 card, draw leader, and then awakens at 4. And when he awakens, if you have 5 energy, add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy. So you can ramp 1 every turn, assuming you have exactly 5 energy, which is pretty good. Again, this is like active energy, so you can go from 5 to 6 right away, which is really really good, I think. Even with the, let's say, 5 cost Goku or whatever, when you're reducing your energy in order to get like powerful effects like Big Bang Impact or like what's the word, instant Kamehameha, you're able to stay at 5 energy and then ramp for free basically. Not only that, you can also maintain your hand size. If you stay at 5 and then go to 6, go back down to 5, you can just use your leader effect to essentially skip your charge phase if you stay at 5 energy. All that said, I think he's just alright. The support is okay, we'll talk about it in a bit. So first you have Kami, KO a 1 cost or less battle card, which is not bad. It lets you just trade like cantrips with your opponent. I think Wiz is probably still a little bit better. The 1 cost 5k counter Wiz is probably still a little bit better for red. Okay, next. Okay, next we have Korin. Korin's effect is reduces the cost of extras with Korin Tower and their special traits in your hand by 1 green energy. Not great because you have to pay 1 for him as well. So unless you're playing like multiple extras in the turn, it's not going to be like a discount at all in the end. Next we have 1 cost blocker, Karoni, Pizza, and Piroshki. Gosh. Okay, yeah, 1 cost blocker, nothing special here. Next we have Krillin. Search your top 5 cards for Android 18 or extra and add it to your hand. So okay. 2 cost 20k stat line, but no combo power, which is sad. Okay, next is an Android 16 super combo. So now we have an Android traded super combo. Now we have Android 17, 3 cost 25k crit, and nothing too special. I think they printed one in red as well. Android 17 and 18, 4 costs. This card is pretty strong. On play, place 2 cards from your energy in your drop, and then after that, if your leader is Android 17, add up to 3 cards with Android in their special traits from your drop to your energy. So this is basically a 4 cost that lets you ramp 3 active. So it's really good. I think like you can play both a 4 and a 3 on the same turn. It's a lot of like stats like just suddenly on your 4 down turn. Of course it is locked to like the leader Android, and you also need to have Android stuff in your drop and your energy. In your drop to make sure that you can use the effect like to its fullest potential, but it's still pretty good like if you get it on curve, I think. Next, of course, we have Android 18 and 19 as vanillas, and then we also have Android 20. Android 20 lets you discard 1 card from your hand and KO himself to choose up to one of your Android 17 cards and switch it to active mode. So being able to restand is pretty good. So you get to restand the crit card, the crit guy. I think that's it for now though, so that's not the best. The main thing is being able to restand in this game is again not that strong because of the fact that like combo power doesn't stay on multiple attacks. Okay, next we have Spy Robot, which is a regular robot. Activate main once button, review 3 cards from your opponent's hand. It's a funny card for sure, but I don't think it's good. Like it's hand information, sure, but I don't love it because it's random. And like yes, you can use it multiple times, but if you just pick the same cards, because of the fact that it's random, you don't know whether you've seen the exact same cards or they just have multiple copies of the card. So that's another thing. Okay, next we have Cell. 2 cost 15k, once per turn, place 1 card with Earthlings from your energy into your drop, and this card gets 15k power. So this is pretty insane. Like 2 cost 30k attacker, if you of course drop 1 card from your energy. But again, Cell leader wants to keep himself at 5 energy so that he can get value off of his leader effect. So cards like this are actually pretty good, I think. Okay, next we have 3 cost Cell vanilla, and then the 8 cost Cell. So 8 cost Cell is place 3 cards from your energy in your drop, which puts you back at 5, because this is an 8 cost character. And then choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and KO them, and then you also heal the top card of your deck to your life. What? It's insane, absolutely insane card. Yes, it comes at the cost of 3 energy. Yes, it comes at the cost of 8 energy, but KO 2 of any cost, that's insane. Like imagine playing Broly, you drop 2 8 cost Brolys and your opponent says, haha, I have Cell, and then drops the Cell. And then you just, oh, okay. Oh, I got the hiccups. What the fuck? Okay. Now, let's talk about the new Cell Junior. If you have a Cell battle card with a cost of 8 or more in your battle area, you can use and play this card from your hand without paying its cost. So you're going to play it down for free, basically. And on play, you can add extra from your drop to your hand. So this is really good too, because you can get like instant Kamehameha for free. So the turn that you drop 8 cost Cell, you can drop the Cell Junior. You can use it as 10k combo. You can also get instant Kamehameha to use for another 15k combo. All in all, pretty good. You can also get Gigantic Meteor for a 25k combo. A lot of options as well. Gigantic Meteor is also perfect because you play the 8 cost Cell, you use your leader effect to get you back to 5, from 5 to 6, and then you play down Cell Junior and pick up a Gigantic Meteor. So pretty good. I keep hiccuping. Pretty good combo all around. Okay, now we have the Son Goku. Activate main once per turn. If your leader is Son Gohan Childhood, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or less and add it to its owner's energy. So it's kind of like 8 cost Katakuri in One Piece. You can heal your opponent's energy, and then you can also ramp this guy back to your own energy. And the good thing is this guy can attack this guy can attack before you put himself back to his own energy, but of course he is a 15k attacker. It is locked to Son Gohan, but I think it's okay. Okay, next we have 2 cost 20k Son Gohan. Place up to 1 card from your energy in your drop and then add the top card of your deck to your energy, so you can cycle your energy basically. And if you have the 5 cost Goku on board, you can basically just ramp 1 energy for free, which is really nice. A new 6 cost Gohan, 35k attack, permanent. If you have Son Goku in your drop, this card gains double strike. So another double striker for green. Yay. Okay, this is the new 5 cost Corazon equivalent for Dragon Ball. Permanent, all of your battle cards with a cost of 3 cannot be removed from the battle area by your bonus skills. So exactly 3, which is an interesting choice for like a color that focuses on ramp. And then end of turn, play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less from your hand, and then alternatively you can choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and KO it. So pretty good. 5 cost KOs 3 cost on curve, which is good because if you're using the ramp effect, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, but you're using the 3 cost to ramp to 4, and then you use this Son Gohan, you get to KO a 3 cost on curve, which is pretty good. It's also a 30k attacker. It even has 10k combo. So all in all, a pretty good card. Okay. Next we do have Chi-Chi. So on play, look at top 5 cards of your deck and review up to 1 Son Goku or 1 Son Gohan childhood and add it to your hand. This is pretty good because it hits the 5 cost Goku as well as the Son Gohan Searcher, I think. So those are 2 pretty good targets to hit. It also hits the 5 cost and the 6 cost Son Gohan, the ones that KO a 4 cost and also heal you. So all of those are really good targets to add to your hand. Of course, the Saiyan Searcher hits all of these as well. So I'm not sure if there's a reason to play this over any of the Saiyan Searchers, other than the fact that it has the Earthling trait instead of anything else. But we'll see if it becomes a good card, I guess. Okay. Next is Trunks Future, which also has an alternate art. Man is crying his eyes out, bro. Okay, on play, if you have 5 or more energy, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your energy rested. So you get to ramp 1, but he is a 3 cost character, so you need to be 5 in order to ramp. Then auto once per turn, when your battle card with a cost of 5 or more is removed from the battle area by your opponent, this card gets plus 10k power until the end of your next turn. So if your stuff gets removed on your opponent's turn, during your turn this becomes a 30k attacker, which is pretty good, but it's very conditional, which I don't love, I think. Okay, next is Trunks Future but Swole. End of your turn, place 1 card from your energy in your drop. So this is another way, I guess, for Cell to maintain his 5 energy like line. 4 cost 40k is kind of like the Fat Freezer in yellow too. Okay, Paragus BR. If you have 6 or more energy, add up to 1 Broly BR from your drop to your hand, and then of course this is the Broly BR card. And this is a when KO'd effect too, so you don't get to choose, which is why I don't really like when KO'd effects in general. Okay, Piccolo. Choose up to 1 of your Kami battle cards and add it to your energy in rest mode. So it lets you do, I believe, like other Piccolos, of course. It also lets you do searchers. So there's that one cost searcher, I forgot his name, in the starter deck. That should be Kami traded. I'm looking it up as we speak. No, he's an alien, never mind. Kami battle cards I think are oh no, it's literally just Kami, never mind. So it has to be the name Kami. I think there's like one cost Kami that we saw earlier, and that's it. So this is probably pretty weak. Okay, next Bomber. Activate main once per turn. Discard 1 card from your hand and draw 1 card, so it just lets you cycle. Broly BR. Activate main once per turn. If your leader is Broly, choose one of your battle cards and one of your opponent's battle cards and add them to their owner's energy in rest mode. So you're able to, I guess, remove one of your opponent's board as well as one of your own board, which is pretty good because like if your opponent has a Broly, for example, you can choose that Broly and then remove it for 7, and you also get that 40k attacker, of course. Okay, 3 cards Vegeta, Vanilla, and then Hercule. If you have 6 or more energy, add up to 2 cards with cost of 1 or less and Earthling in their special traits from your drop to your hand. So you're able to add, I guess this one, sorry, 1 or less. 1 or less means only like Sun Gohans, I think. Okay. Next we have Yamcha, also Earthling. If you have 6 or more energy and this card is rested, then your opponent can only attack Yamcha battle cards. So it's like a 8 cost kit, but it's not that strong. 8 cost kit, but it has only 20k power, which is, yeah, very, very big, I would say. Okay, Awakening to Perfect Form. 7 costs. Place 1 cell with a cost of 3 or from your energy or battle area in your drop, and then play up to 1 cell with a cost of 8 from your hand. So you can pay 7 to cheat out the cell 1 turn earlier. I guess it's okay because you can like charge the cell into your energy and then play this for 7, and then as a cost you also drop the cell from your energy to your trash. It's okay, it's whatever. Like you get to play it like one turn early, which can be very powerful, I must say. But I don't know, man. It seems a bit gimmicky because it's relying on you having both the 3 and the 8 cost cell. Okay, activate main. If your leader has cell, choose any number of your battle cards with Earthling in their special traits and add them to your energy in rest mode. So you can put your entire board from your board into your energy, which is insane number of ramp actually if you think about it. Okay, next we have the cell stage, 4 cost field, and then activate main, switch this card to rest. If your leader has cell, look at the top card of your deck and add it to your hand or energy in rest mode. So able to draw an extra card or ramp an extra card every turn. This is pretty good, I would say. Okay, next is Senzu Bean for 5, 2 cost for the event, and then activate main for 3. Add the top card of your deck to your life. And then choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards. It gets plus 5k for the turn as an alternative. 5k is really weak. I don't like this cost in general. Okay, next is activate battle. Choose your leader up to one of your battle cards and it gets plus 25k power for the battle. And then if you have 6 or more energy, look at the top card of your deck, add it to your hand or energy in rest mode. So plus 25k is pretty good, but it is 2 cost, which is not great. But it does also let you draw a card or ramp a card, which is overall pretty good. I don't think it's better than Gigantic Meteor, but being able to ramp is nice, I would say. Because let's say you're using this on like your 6 energy turn, then you can get an extra you can get like 8 cost Cell or 8 cost Broly out 1 turn earlier by going from 6 to 8 the following turn instead of 6 to 7. Okay, now we're on to yellow. Overall, I think Cell is like pretty good. I think he has some pretty decent support. Of course, green as a color right now is still busted because of Gigantic Meteor and Instant Kamehameha, and like other decks don't really have like similar power levels to match that, as well as the 8 cost Broly, which they also have not printed like a very good answer to for other colors yet, except for I guess the blue red rock-esque event. But yeah, I think so far that's what I've seen. It does seem like Cell is going to be very strong just because green is still very strong, but I think Beerus has a very good like shot in FB02 too. Okay, next is Vegeta, so we will have to look at his yeah, okay, so this is alternate art. Looks pretty cool. Draw 1 card, kind of attacker, and then switch up to 2 of your rest mode energy to active at the end of your turn. So you are able to like hold up like Dawn for events every turn. So it's like the green purple Doflamingo of Dragon Ball, and some of the events do look pretty decent, but we will go over them in a bit. So first we have Whiz, 4 cost 25k blocker, and activate battle once per turn. You can pay 1 energy to switch this card to active mode. So on curve you can set you can play this down on 4, swing for 25, and then at the end of your turn, when your opponent attacks, you can set Whiz active again. Not only that, if you do have the 2 active and you set this active during your own turn, during your opponent's turn, you can block with this twice, effectively giving you like free 10k worth of combo. Next is 5 cost waste, end of your turn, choose one of your rest mode cards and switch it to active mode. So you can combo these two together, I guess, which is pretty funny. 5 costs for 35k attacker, and only that effect though is not the greatest in my opinion. Okay, next is a 1 cost Master Roshi vanilla, and then a 3 cost Master Roshi with 5k power and has permanent plus 20k when this card is rested. So it's 3 cost 25k with extra steps. It is a blocker, so if you do restand it, it goes back to 5k. So that's only really weak against, I would say, red, so because when it's active, it becomes a 5k attacker instead of a 25k, which makes it much easier to kill for free as Beerus, for example. But otherwise, it's alright, I guess. It's just a blocker with extra steps. Then we have a new Ginyu. Switch this card to rest and choose up to 2 of your battle cards with Ginyu Force. In their special traits, they get plus 5k for the turn. I think this is pretty decent. The fact that you are able to, I guess, restand your characters with the Ginyu leader, if I'm not wrong. Let me just double check that. Yeah, so because you're able to like restand the Ginyu characters with your Ginyu leader, giving 5k for the turn is very, very good. Not only that, because you're able to like restand this Ginyu himself to use his effect again, that's also very good. So you can give 2 characters up to plus 10k, you know. Next we have Cooler. So this Cooler is a 1 cost blocker, and for 3 energy, when you activate it, you can return this card to your hand and then play a 4 cost Cooler from your hand. So it's kind of like you get a mini Goku Black kind of effect. I'm not sure this warrants a slot at a 1 cost 5k kind of stat line, but it's cool, I guess, just to have that kind of combo play option. Okay, next we have Krillin. When attacking, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less and switch them to rest mode. So being able to rest 2 of their searchers is pretty nice, especially if you're going for a game, for example, and you want to rest blockers, or you want to make sure that they can't combo with their active like 1 cost stuff on board. This is pretty decent way to prevent that. Next we have Gotenks, 4 cost vanilla, nothing too special, and then we have King Cold, another 4 cost blocker for yellow, which seems to be like a trend for this set in general for yellow so far. Blocker, and when blocking was per turn, switch this card to active mode. So this is like the Whiz from the previous page, but it can also is only for blocking, whereas the other Whiz was activate battle, sorry. So you could also attack twice in the same turn. We have Jacko, which is a super combo, alien trait. And then we have Android 18. On play and when attacking, it chooses up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and switches it to rest mode. So you can rest 2 characters in the same turn, so pretty strong. Again, for lethal turns, being able to rest 2 active cards, maybe 2 blockers, maybe 2 maybe 2 blockers, or maybe 2 10k combos on the board, pretty good as well. 2 cost Son Goku vanilla, 3 cost Son Goku permanent. If your opponent has 3 or more rested cards, this gets plus 5k. So this seemed a bit underwhelming, and then I read the next card, which was on play and when attacking, choose up to 1 of your opponent's rested battle cards and it can't switch to active mode during your opponent's next turn. So this is really frustrating, I think, because it stuns 2 different characters. Not only that, it's 4 cost and it has 10k combo, so that's also a very strong like combination in general. And if you are able to like play multiple of these, you can stun 3 characters every turn just by playing the like this Goku like repeatedly back to back. Even if I clear one of them, like just not being able to restand is a very frustrating experience, I would say. Also, the alternate art for this is pretty nice. Okay, next we have Go 10. On play, choose up to 1 of your Trunks Youth battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and then switch it to active mode. Trunks Youth is okay, I would say. There's a few like options for this, I believe. There's like 2 Trunks Youth cards. Let me just double confirm I'm not memeing on this. I might be wrong actually, now that I think about it, because the other Trunks Youth cards might be green. But there is this Trunks Youth card that I can talk about in a bit, but let me just double check. it appears I was wrong. There is not another 2-cost Trunks Youth card except for this current one that we are currently looking at. Okay, so well, let's just go back to that then. This Trunks Youth card, so we'll have to look at them side by side. Trunks Youth, his effect is choose up to one of your Sun Go 10 battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and switch it back to active mode. So this is pretty funny. Like, they just restand each other. That's basically it. Okay, then we have Son Gohan Adolescence, teenage boy with a whack ass haircut. On play, choose up to one of your Piccolo battle cards and switch it to active mode. Cost of 3 or less, sorry. Switch it to active mode. So we have this 3-cost Piccolo over here. He's a blocker. Okay, then we have the other 3-cost Son Gohan. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards and it can't switch to active mode during your opponent's next turn. So again, very frustrating to play against because they keep stunning your cards. And I think interestingly, this also prevents things like the Whiz, because it can't switch to active mode during the entire turn. So not just during the refresh phase. If you try to resend it, you can't set it as active either. Okay, we have a 3-cost Tenshinhan. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and switch it to rest mode. Activate battle once per turn. So this is usable on both turns as well. So pretty good. Kind of like a, what's that called? Punk Gibson of sorts, or like a Bonnie leader effect. Rest a 3-cost character during a battle. Fairly strong, I would say, on curve as well as in general. And then we have Videl, which is just a 1-cost blocker. And then we have the Piccolo that we were talking about. Choose up to one of your other battle cards and switch it to active mode. Okay, last page worth of cards. We have Beerus, crit and permanent. If you have a Whiz, this gets plus 5k. Pretty lame card in general. We have Ballsack Frieza. I don't know the context for this, but I guess when I reach that pot in Dragon Ball, I will find out. Auto your turn once per turn. When this card is switched to active mode by a skill, choose up to one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards with a cost of 4 or less, and it cannot be switched to active mode during your opponent's turn. So automatically, if you restand this, then I guess it locks your opponent's cards. This would work with the Frieza and the Cooler leader, but not the Vegeta leader, I guess. It's just more frustrating to deal with, I think. Just more like locking abilities. Okay, next is Bulma. Look at the top 5 cards from your deck, reveal out to one Whiz and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck. So it's just a searcher for Whizzes. It's not that many targets, I think, in yellow. Okay, new 1-cost Bulma again. Activate battle, switch this card to rest mode, and then add 1 card from your life to your hand. Then you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 4 or less and switch it to rest. Or if you have a rest mode battle card with a cost of 3 or more, you can draw 1 card. So pretty decent. Being able to draw 1 card every turn per se, if you are able to activate battle, because you can set this card as active again and then activate battle again, or you can you can set this card as active again and activate battle again, like if you're playing like Frieza leader or something like that. And then other than that, you can also rest a character if like of 4 or less, which is pretty good also. And of course they gave this Bulma in AA, but I don't really like the art on this that much. Okay, we have a 3-cost Vegeta Vanilla, and then we have a 3-cost Vegeta that if you have a rest mode Son Goku battle card, you draw 1 card when attacking, which is okay, I guess. And then we have another 3-cost Vegeta, which is permanent on your opponent's turn. All of your rest mode battle cards can't be KO'd by your opponent's skills, which is pretty good. There's a lot of like anti-KO this set basically. I guess it's anti like Broly and anti-Android stuff. And then on play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and then play out to 1 battle card with a cost of 1 or less from your hand. So there's a lot of anti-KO in general in this set, which I guess makes Cell and Broly a little bit weaker, but I think their raw power is still very, very good still. But the one thing I don't like about Dragon Ball is that there's like so many of the same fucking character card. There's like I think there's like 8 Vegetas in this set alone. Like, come on, man. I'm sure there's more characters that you can use. Please stop printing so many Vegetas, bro. And so many Gokus. And so many Bulmas. Please, please. It's so confusing for me. Okay, next we have Mecha Freezer. blocker, 4-cost blocker again. So this is like the third or fourth 4-cost blocker that yellow has gotten this set. When KO, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and review up to 1 Frieza clan card and add it to your hand, and then that's basically it. So not bad. It's like Sparrow, I guess, the 3-cost Sparrow in one piece. Then we have Meta Cooler, which is a 3-cost blocker instead of 4-cost, and it also sets itself to active at the end of your turn, which is nice. Okay, last few things. Yellow events. For 1 2-cost Blue Power Awakening, activate main, you can KO a rested 6-cost battle card, which is pretty strong. Or you can choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards and give it plus 25k for the battle. Activate battle either turn, pretty good. Next we have Time Rewound. Choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards, it gets plus 20k for the battle, and then after that choose up to one of your battle cards and switch it to active mode. So you're able to restand maybe more combo to use, or you're also able to restand a blocker to use it again if your opponent tried to like rest it to prevent you from blocking. And of course it's a super combo, so that's pretty good. And then lastly is Energy Blast Volley. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards and switch them to rest mode. This is pretty funny, just denies blockers in its entirety. So 1 cost for that, pretty strong as well. Next is Vegito, the 5-cost Sec. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or less and return it to its owner's hand. So pretty strong. And then if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, switch this card to active mode. So it's a 30k attacker, which makes it pretty good as well. So it's probably like 4 cards from your opponent's hand at minimum, unless they throw 2 super combos, which is also pretty good still. And for like a 1-card commitment, that's pretty good. Here is the parallel, and this is the super parallel for it. So pretty cool like artwork for this, which I like. And then the other SCR is Frieza, whose effect is permanent. Your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or more are played in rest mode. So again, this just feels like more anti-green, which is pretty good. I don't mind that. And then on play, choose out to one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards and KO it. So any cost as well. So this is really, really strong, I think. Basically, I think all in all, yellow seems really strong, green seems really strong, red does not seem very strong, and I don't see it being that strong still. I think Beerus is good because it gets around a lot of the cannot be KO'd stuff by just reducing power, but that's about it. And then now we have I think pretty good support for a lot of the set 1 leaders, so I'm looking forward to see how the meta shakes up. I will probably still be playing Beerus because I'm just comfortable with it and I like the control aspect of it. It does remind me a lot of like a black deck in one piece. And then now we do have some like special cards, SP rares basically, for some of the cards from the previous sets as well as the starter decks. So here we have the Kamehameha. Wait, that's not Kamehameha. That's Final Hope Slash. And then we have the Kamehameha, we have Gigantic Meteor, and we have Death Ball. So pretty nice alternate art like cards in general that I think will look very, very nice. I think I saw the real life foiling on this. They look really good as well on Twitter. So definitely check those out when you can. I really hope I pull one of these too. In however many boxes I buy if we haven't end up getting stuck. But yeah, that's basically it. I think that's all for this entire set. I think that was a pretty long review. It was like over an hour. We will probably be calling it a day here, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming to watch, and I really appreciate it so much. Make sure to take care of yourselves, and peace out, friendos and randos. Bye bye.